תנו רבנן, דף ג' עמוד א', תנו רבנן, נוכרי שהדליק מישראל, נוכרי who light the candles, this is for מוצאי Shabbat, to do the bracha on the ner of the law. So if a goy light from a Jew, וישראל שהדליק מנוכרי, and a Jew lit from a goy, both cases מברכים עליו. But נוכרי מנוכרי, אין מברכים עליו. A goy light from a goy, you cannot say bracha on it. So it's strange. If a Jew lit from Nochri, from a goy, you're going to say bracha. If a goy lit from a Jew, you're going to say bracha on it, but if a goy from a goy, you're not going to say bracha. For Rosnish, why not? Maishna Nochri min Nochri de lo. What's the reason goy from a goy that you cannot?
What does it mean goy from a goy? Meaning like...
If a goy lit the fire from another goy,
you can't do it.
Goy that he had this fire over Shabbat. You cannot use it for the ner for Avdallah.
This was existing already during Shabbat, you're saying?
Yeah,
Rabbi,
from a goy.
Just from the previous pages, we said initially that you cannot mevarech on a ner that was lit by a goy, right?
Correct. Why? Because of?
It was avera. It was midei avera it was used for avera during Shabbat.
Right.
Now here's the thing though.
So you know what? Let's finish and then we'll be easier because the Gemara will analyze.
No problem.
So the Gemara understood. What's the problem with goy who lit from another goy? Lama lo? Biglal the ner of the goy, the candle of the goy, was lit during Shabbat, so you cannot use from a candle that was lit during Shabbat. If so, Iachi, Israel menochri nami alo Shabbat. Even a Jew lit from a goy, this candle didn't rest. If this candle didn't rest, it also should be asur because he lit from a candle of a goy that didn't rest. The Gemara says, if you're going to answer, when a Jew lit from a goy, hachi sura azalei. The Isur of the goy, the flame that the goy had already went away. And this new flame, it's a new thing that came into the world. Ubeyada de Israel kamiyalda, and it's a new fire by the hand of the Jew.
This was like
so
after
Shabbat. If you're going to answer right, if after Shabbat the Jew lit from a
after Shabbat.
From a goy, this fire, it's a new fire. Came to the world through the Jew. The original fire was belonged to a goy. The fire that I lit from a goy, it's a new flame, it's a new fire. And therefore it's okay.
existing,
Yeah, so we don't track the flame to the previous flame where it came from. Rather, we look at the flame today. This is the flame.
So why not goy from goy?
I'll get what it says. Question number one. We have a halacha. המוציא שלהבת לרשות ערבים חייב. Somebody who brought a flame from one domain to another domain on Shabbat on a place where you have no roof, and it would be chayav. One says, why would it be chayav? We have a rule on Shabbat, we're going to have this in 2 weeks, Masechet Shabbat, that המוציא מרשות לרשות, if you took something from one domain to another, you chayav only if you took an apple from רשות היחיד, from a private domain, and I transfer it into a public domain. So I need the same apple to be transferred from domain A to domain B in order to be chayav. If so, when a person transfers a flame from domain A to domain B and the deal is that he's chayav, why would he be chayav? Because the flame that he took out from domain A, private domain, it's not the same that he brought into.
Why it's not the same?
Because we just said that the flame renewing itself. That's the word.
Yeah, but he didn't light the flame outside. We're talking about something else. We're talking about lighting a new flame.
No, he took a flame only from one domain to another domain. And it's chayav. If you hold that the flame renewing itself for transferring on Shabbat from one domain to another.
Transgressing Shabbat.
For a Jew. This is not a Jew.
Yeah.
So if a Jew will be chayav of taking from one domain to another domain on Shabbat, but according to your principle that the flame renew itself, each one it's a new flame. So the flame that he uproots from the domain of the private domain, it's not the same flame that he brought into the public domain.
How did it renew itself?
We just said that was our answer. The previous stage we said, if a Jew lit from a goy, it's okay. Why? Because the flame is a new flame, renew itself. If it's renew itself, by a case of transferring from one domain to another, shouldn't be chayav.
Why?
Because what you uproot from that domain is not what you brought into the public domain. It's a new item. In order to be chayav on Shabbat,
what makes it a new item?
We just said earlier. No, that's what Sisu said earlier when a Jew lit from a goy. it's a new flame.
That makes sense because that's a new flame. Literally, it's a new.
No,
flame.
no, a flame is a flame. If I go to the goy flame and I put a candle, נכון?
Now you have a new flame.
It's not a new flame, it's the flame of the goy.
I consider it a new flame.
No, it would transfer. In order for a flame to lit, you need a
לא, אבל זה כן new
you need a flammable material. You
Now
need
you
a
have this
flammable
flame.
material.
It's
Ah?
an extension, but there's two flames.
Yeah, but then
אמרנו שזה לא new flame, עכשיו מה שאמרנו זה כן new flame, לוקח מגוי שהיה לו נר.
Yeah, but the flame I took from his flame.
נכון, and now I made it my flame,
How do you make it a new flame?
with the new candle that I
But
have,
the new candle doesn't make new flame.
the new fire, I mean, saying
It's you continue the previous flame or it's a new flame?
I consider
new
it a
flame.
new one. You have
New.
two flames now.
No, but if I have a flame over here and I add another candle inside, okay? It's new flame.
If
or,
it's together ככה,
If it's
then
together,
no, it's together.
but if I separate it,
It's a
came,
new one.
No, but it came from the original
Doesn't
flame.
matter.
So you're saying because of separation, so is when you domain, you leave the domain from one place to another.
No, so I'm saying
separating.
in terms of Shabbat, in terms of a candle, if I lit from a goy's flame, this is a new flame.
New.
No.
How is a new flame came to the world? Because it renewed itself. It's a new flame.
okay.
Same thing should be now.
But this is the same. There's been no change.
No,
You just moved with the candle.
that's why I said the ptila,
The wick.
wick.
wick wouldn't make a difference to the flame because the flame is a flame. I just
It's a
doubled the
flame.
flame, let's say.
אבל זה,
But they don't know it's the same. It came from the same flame.
אבל עכשיו אמרנו שזה
Wait,
new.
hold on.
But that's our problem. If it's a new, you have a problem. But we need first to have the premise
למה?
that
You
it's
said
a
if
new
it's not
flame.
new, it's a problem, because if it's the same flame, then you can't move it מרשות לרשות. If it's a new flame, then it doesn't matter about that flame.
That was the question of the Gemara. So the previous stage
that's the
was
question.
regarding V'dala candle. If a Jew lit from a goy, it's a new flame. How is a new flame? This is the same flame we came. You're right that you put it in a new wick, but it's
That
not a
flame
new.
wouldn't exist if I didn't do that.
It's the same flame.
It's from the same
But
source.
what do you say? It renew itself on a different place. If the only way to say that the second flame it's a new flame, only if you hold that the flame it's not the same flame. Because if the flame is not it's the same flame and you took it from that flame, it came from the
So how do you
original
make it
flame.
not the same flame?
So that's why you must say it's a new flame. In order to separate the second flame, the flame of the Jew, from the flame of the goy,
You have to say it's a new flame
you
because,
must say why.
because then you can't say Avdala, it's the goy's
No,
candle.
no, but I'm saying on a physical,
Logical.
on a physical level.
Because the source is the original.
If the source is the original and the original continue came from the source, if it came from the source and continue,
Then it's
it
not
belongs to the source.
Okay.
Unless you said that that's renew itself, then you can
So
say
why
that.
can't we do Ashlesh on Shabbat?
מה אתה אומר?
Why can't we do Ashlesh on Shabbat? You're not creating a new fire.
Okay, we are in the middle of the process, אחי. Now with the question. Okay.
Yeah,
We have good question.
No,
Wait, because we don't hold like that. That's an hava minute. Okay.
We have to do it.
No, but every stage.
I know, we're building the steps.
In Gemara, every stage gotta make sense. Logically. The fact that halacha is different, okay, kasha for halacha, okay.
Okay, got you.
So right now we're saying
No, but ask because the first stage, every stage gotta make sense.
What I want to
Everything's
understand
gonna
right now
make
is right now we
sense.
said you take a goy's candle, you light a new candle. Jew takes a new candle, lights it from a goy candle. Now it's a new flame you can bless on. Now we're moving on to a domain.
Why it's a new flame? It came from the previous flame.
That's
so
the question.
the
How
flame
does it make
always,
a new-
so the flame over renew itself. So we never said that flame it's really the same flame. Every second the flame it's a new flame.
Okay. So it's a new flame.
Because it's שורף את old flame כאילו.
Yeah,
It's a new, so it's a new flame.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. If so,
What's
if
the-
somebody transfer from one domain to another a flame,
Do we have only one candle in the domain?
yeah, it's one
So
candle.
it's one candle. You're taking out one candle from inside to the outside.
Exactly, and you have only the flame. The Gemara says we're talking about the case that the candle is not had shiur to be chayav to transfer.
What's the
But
shiur?
The side, because in order to be chayav to transfer something from Shabbat,
I'm
you
saying
need
what's the
a shiur.
shiur for
I
a...
forgot the
So
shiur.
this is a matter
Because
of
if
This is a matter of
yeah,
the
no
rule.
eruv, and you transfer from one domain
Is it
to
because-
another.
Is it because the candle's renewing itself constantly that you can take it out?
No, so no, we're talking about he put it on a small piece of paper, the flame.
No.
Because so then the reason I think that's what Gemara says, and on the paper is not going to be chayav because there's no shiur on the paper. On the flame only it's going to be chayav. Because if the paper has shiur, it's going to be chayav going to
What
transfer
would
the
you be
paper.
chayav on if it was in a regular piece? What do you mean?
Right? And a regular, if you transfer a candle from one domain to another with no eruv, you chayav.
Exactly, you chayav
But
on
the chidush of the
flame
Gemara
or the-
here, no, the candle itself already you chayav. The
Okay.
chidush of the
Carry.
Gemara that you chayav on the shalevet, on the flame itself only, you're going to be chayav.
on the-
So
Carrying
why-
is still carrying. So
Yeah,
whether
that's
it's a
what I'm
flame of
saying.
a candle
Oh,
or both.
excellent. That's a chidush of the Gemara, that even the flame is considered substantial to be carried, and transferring from one domain to another will be chayav.
Okay.
Even has no wick on it, meaning no candle.
Okay.
Yet the Gemara said, "Will be chayav." According to our understanding, if a flame renewing itself, fire shiur. If the flame renewing itself shouldn't be chayav, because what you uproot from, I'm using the chavana the uproot because if you use it on Shabbat, what you uproot from the domain, the private domain, is not what you brought into the public domain. So why would it be chayav?
But it is a new.
If it's a new flame, is that going to be chayav?
Why? But he's a new flame that he created where? In domain.
No, but the flame that he took
It's
from
every
the-
second it's recreating,
It's-
so by
yeah.
the time you're outside, it's a new flame, you're saying.
So you didn't transfer what you uproot.
In order to understand
And-
what he's saying, you have to understand that the flame just recreates itself.
Correct. So then no one
And
can be
in order
chayav.
to be chayav, that's a question of the Gemara. Why the Mishnah says it's chayav when according to our logic it shouldn't be chayav? You got it? Okay. The Gemara says
Think it's registered.
Sheikah.
two lines from the short lines from the bottom. Elaha detanya. What we said in the Braita. Motzi shalhevet lirshut harabim. Somebody who brought a flame from a private domain to a public domain will be chayav. For the Gemara, Amai, why would it be chayav? Amai chayav. Ma she'akar lo heniach. What he uproot, he didn't put down. Uma sheniach. What he put down, lo akar, he didn't uproot. So what is the pshat? Why would it be chayav? Therefore, the Gemara revert back. We don't go with that answer. Be'emet, we don't say that the flame renewing itself.
Okay, good.
No, okay, good. Every stage you gotta understand it as
Okay,
if you
okay.
can.
Why not? We just.
Good, no,
No, that's a good thing, yeah.
Okay.
So why is it
Ela,
good?
la,
Part of
ela.
the argument. Part of the
I
argument.
feel you, but it's the only thing that makes sense.
What? The answer? No.
They're coming up with
Only because of the question of the Gemara. But before the question of the Gemara, it's gotta make sense.
So I understand that it's burning off its old flame, always making
It's a new one. Okay, perfect. The Gemara said that. The Gemara go back. Be'emet, it's not the same flame. Le'olam, the Isur Enami.
It's the same thing.
It's the same flame, the same thing, and it's not renewing itself. And therefore, in Shabbat, you chayav if you transfer. V'chi kamevarech, when a Jew lit from a goy, atosefta dehetera kamevarech. When a Jew lit from a goy, the bracha is on the additional heter, meaning when a Jew light from a goy, he's adding flame into the world because of his candle. So therefore, the new candle, it's an addition to the previous flame. It's not the original flame. You're adding to the original flame by taking the flame into another candle. And since the new one, it came from heter, from a Jew, you can say bracha, Baruch Borei Morei
And if it came from
Ha'esh.
the Nochri?
Huh?
And if it came from the Nochri?
That's the question of the Gemara. Next step. Good. Yes, so the answer of the Gemara. When a Jew lead it from a goy, why it's okay? Because when a goy,
It's an
He
extension.
added a new flame.
he had a new flame. It's a tosefet.
Extension.
It's adding flame. It's not a new flame. He's adding flame. So the new addition of flame, it's a heter. It wasn't done by Isur, and therefore you can say bracha on it. Therefore, the next question of the Gemara is, if so, even if a goy lit from a goy on Motzei Shabbat, should be okay. Because when a goy lit from a goy, the new light now, the new flame is
Well, a
the
goy from a
heter.
Didn't you say
Why would
the
a
problem
goy
was a
ever
goy
make
who
a
lights
bracha?
at all? Can't you not use his flame?
Yeah, but the goy who light itself we cannot use. But we said a Jew who lit from a goy. We say a Jew light who lit or light.
Lit, but,
Lit
but
from
you're
a
saying,
goy. A Jew lit from a goy, it's okay. A goy lit from a goy, it's not okay.
can a Jew use a candle that a goy lit if it was outside of Shabbat?
No.
So then no matter what, it doesn't work.
No, that's a חידוש of הגמרא. If a Jew lit from his candle on the new flame, it's okay to say bracha.
But it's not new flame.
So you're saying a goy lights from a goy, so now
You
there's a
cannot say
second
bracha.
flame, and then now the Jew takes from that second
No.
one.
If a Jew lit from a goy, you
After
can say
Shabbat,
bracha.
yeah,
You can say
that's
bracha on
beautiful.
it. You have
Okay.
a candle of the goy of Ivan that was lit during Shabbat, and he kept it till Motzei Shabbat. Now a Jew lit from Ivan, you can use it for Avdalah.
Oh, yeah, got it. You said a goy.
If Jorge lit from Ivan, you cannot use it. Why? When a Jew lit from Ivan, it's a new addition to the fire, and therefore it's okay.
But if Jorge lit it and then Ivan
Oh,
lit it,
excellent. The Gemara says, "Yach, if so, Gemara asks a question. If so, nochri minochri nami. Even a goy from a goy should be okay, because it's a new addition." The Gemara answers, "You're right." However, you know why it's asur when a goy lit from a goy? Gezerah mishum nochri rishon ve'amud rishon. We are concerned if you're going to permit a goy who lit from another goy, you will permit the original goy. If you're going to say that a goy, if Jorge lit from Ivan, it's okay. then people will assume a goy of a candle goy is fine.
Not at all.
Because they see a goy bringing a candle.
Yeah,
So
it
people
makes
will have a
sense, yeah.
confusion between when it's mutar, when it's assumed from the
You can see
goy.
that working both ways, though.
So in order to make sure nobody
So
uses
Marit
hand, yeah, if Ivan lit, Jorge lit from Ivan, he come, Jorge come with a candle, you say Borei Moraesh, people are going to think, you can say Moraesh on a goy.
Oh, you're saying if he uses okay, I'm saying that the Jew comes and lights his own proper candle.
Then it's
after the
okay,
second
but if
goy.
Jorge lit from, not the second goy, no, the Jew lit from Ivan.
So you're saying
If a
boy
Jew
from
did-
the boy is not okay, meaning
Right.
Jorge lights it, then Ivan lights it. Now
Now, I want to
David comes and lights
no,
from that.
don't do that. You're going to say bracha on it.
On the
Don't say
actual
bracha.
one, that's advantage. That's the problem. Okay, got you.
Why
I
is
thought you
it
were saying you
goy?
couldn't use
Ah,
that
no,
to
no,
light,
no,
to
no,
light
no,
and make
I'm
it
not
on.
goy בכלל מדליק בשביל... כאילו.
So because of עבודה זרה.
No, אני יודע שהוא עושה
Also,
עבודה
the
זרה.
wine and the fire now?
No, the original goy issue is עבודה זרה.
Everything. But I'm
They
saying,
did everything
why
that
is...
does these guys.
So,
When we started this out, we decided we can't bless on the candle of a goy. Now, we read it a little bit
So I'm
earlier in
saying,
the
so what
page.
does it matter
Hold on,
where
we read it a
it
little
goes?
bit earlier in the page that it's not really like that. It's Neshelo Shabbat. Now, we said in the case of a woman who gives birth or a person who is sick and we lit the candle for them during Shabbat, we're still allowed to bless on this candle, correct? What if the goy lit the candle for the person, for the Jew that
That's
needed
okay
it?
because they will eat for a ter.
So then why does it say initially we're not allowed to light the candle of a goy?
That's a general goy approach, general candle. But if you did it specifically for a Jew, then it's mutar.
So what is this whole topic about goy from a goy if you can't anyways from a goy?
The Mishnah says goy from a goy it's not okay, Jew from a goy it's okay. We were bothered what's the difference. We went through 3 stages to understand what's the problem. What's the problem?
But I don't see the difference. Like if Jorge lights it, then Ivan lights it after
That
that.
should be okay.
It shouldn't because no matter what you said, you can't light from a goy.
No, but
so
the
forget
older
Shabbat.
reason-
Outside of Shabbat, you still can't light from a goy's candle. You can't do the bracha on a
No,
goy's
so the
candle.
reason we don't light, let me just confirm.
I don't care how many times the goy. The principle is you can't take it from a
No,
goy.
but only the original goy you have a problem. The second goy you lit from him, I mean, actually you're right. If the second goy lit, should be also avodah zara.
Principle is principle.
the Rishishi.
You're saying forget the Maritain, like...
You can't.
Yeah.
5 goys can do it. You can't do it. There's no like.
What-
I
the
don't
one-
see
No,
the point
I'm
of,
sorry,
like,
I'm sorry. I mixed it up. The problem of the Jew, of the samim of a goy is avodah zara. Ner of a goy is not avodah zara because he didn't rest on
Shabbat.
so
Shabbat.
it's a Shabbat issue, not a goy issue.
Right. So
Okay.
if a goy lighted from a goy, it's not a problem because the
Right.
second goy is
That's
wasn't
It's only
Shabbat.
from Maritain.
only problem because
Only
Maritain
Maritain,
got
right.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, why didn't they say initially Ner Shelo Shabbat? Why you can't say a blessed on a candle of a goy? Just say Ner Shelo Shabbat. You know, like the wording in the beginning. when
לא,
they
לא,
said
זה
it-
לא של השבת, כי because the גוי של חולה וזה מותר. So it's not definitely.
So you could say Shelo Shabbat like from a mutar, you know, from like something that was mutar. I get it.
פה מצד, כן, שמה, איפה עשו
But I wonder why is Marit Ayin if you clearly see the goy doing it after Shabbat.
מה אתה אומר?
If you clearly see the goy lighting it after
So
Shabbat,
he-
where's the Marit Ayin? It's the Shabbat.
he used the word maritime, but it's not about the maritime, it's more of confusion. If you see a goy giving you a candle of Shabbat, if you see Carlos,
But it's not a candle of Shabbat because Shabbat is no longer.
No, you're right,
Picture.
but the
the name of the goy
original
that's
candle
already-
came from Shabbat, it's a problem.
Yeah, but it
A
wasn't.
second goy, it's not a problem, but if you allow a goy, people will allow the goy, even the first goy.
Okay, imagine you didn't see the second goy light the candle. That was the first goy.
ברגע אתה רואה גוי מותר, גוי זה מותר. So to prevent that, we said goy from a goy, it's not okay. תנו רבנן. So good to be back, you know. I'm sleeping for
Yeah, Rabbi, we were coming.
Good job, I'm proud of you.
You were gone for a long time. We missed it.
And after a whole Sunday, you know. תנו רבנן. היה מהלך חוץ לכרך. A guy was going out of the city, מוצאי שבת, וראה אור and he saw fire. אם רוב נוכרים, if the majority of the city are גויים, אינו מברך, cannot say ברכה. אם רוב ישראל, if the majority are ישראל, מברך. The Gemara says, גוף הקדשי, that itself it's problematic. Why? אמרת, you define, אם רוב נוכרים אינו מברך. So in order to prohibit it, if the majority are going, how many percentage majority of going?
51.
51. If so, המחצה, if it's 50-50, what would be the din? מברך, should be okay. only if majority of goyim, only 51, but 50-50 should be okay.
Right.
ועד הרתני, then we said, אם רוב ישראל, if the majority are ישראל, מברך, הוא נעשה לברכה. לפי זה, המחצה על מחצה, אינו מברך. Only if the majority are ישראל, 51% ישראל, הוא נעשה ברכה. 50-50 is not going to say bracha?
Right, 50-50 doesn't work for
So,
both sides.
what's going on?
So you're saying in a case where you walk into a room and there's a candle lit already and you don't know who lit it?
No, the case of the
Outside.
city. You see outside, you see fire in
Outside.
the city. You don't know who's the city. I mean, on the house, you know who live in the house.
Okay, whatever. Public domain. Public
Yeah,
area. You see a candle lit, you don't know who it is.
Gallenberg. What's the Gallenberg?
No.
Gatlinburg. In
Gallenberg?
Tennessee. Yeah. So I went to Bill Watson, so it's Gallenberg. I'm like, okay. So if you're
You see a
Gallenberg
fire.
and you see a fire, you cannot say bracha because majority are goyim. If in Oak Ridge, you see a fire, you can say bracha, majority are Yehudim. The problem is about to be a case on a 50-50, נכון? The Gemara said באמת.
What case could it ever be 50-50?
You know that the
5 Jews here live, 5
in
Goyim
this
here?
city, there are only 20 people. 10
But
Yeah.
Oak Ridge isn't a city, it's a neighborhood. It counts as a city?
Good question, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Sunday. Okay, so we have a problem. So make a diuk, right? It's 50-50 sounds like by a goy, 50-50, majority of goyim, you cannot say bracha. 50-50, you can say bracha. The majority are Yehudim, you can say bracha. 50-50, you
from both
cannot.
ways
You
doesn't
have a problem.
work.
The Gemara conclude. בדין הוא אפילו מרצה על מרצה לא מברך. באמת, ההלוכה should be even 50-50, you can say bracha. והאידי דתניא רישא רוב נוכרים. Since they said at the beginning, the majority of goyim, תנא סיפא רוב ישראל. Meaning, since at the beginning we said the majority of the goyim you cannot say bracha, therefore we said at the end, majority of Jews you can say bracha. But באמת we go by the beginning of the Mishnah. And since the beginning of the Mishnah says majority of goyim you can say bracha, you cannot. That means 50-50 you can say bracha. So הלכה למעשה 50-50, 10 you can say bracha. תנו רבנן. The sages said, היה מעלה חוץ לקח, a guy was walking outside of the city, וראה תינוק, he saw a baby, not a baby, תינוק, it's really, it's a young boy, ואבוקה בידו, and a flame in his hand. But so this is about what we assume that we're talking here on Motzei Shabbat. You see a guy holding a torch, a kid, torch, I'm sorry, holding a torch. אתה לא יודע, שנייה. You see a goy, ככף, כמו הניורקרס, you know? You don't know if he's a Jew or a goy. בודק אחריו, you gotta check after him. אם הוא ישראל, אם ישראל הוא מברך, אם ישראל הוא...
לא בודקים על חתיכה.
למה אם ישראל הוא מברך? Because it's after his parents keep Shabbat, נכון? So if he's a Jew, he sees space, you know, לא מישראל, אז מברך. אם נוכרי הוא, if he's a goy, אינו מברך, he cannot say ברכה. The Gemara says, but hold on, my עיר תינוק, why this case is about a child? אפילו גדול נמי. The same thing you see גדול, you see a גדול, an older guy holding... If you see גדול, if you... תביא לו גמרא שם, הנה יש שם גמרא. If you see גדול, who's holding... If you see גדול who's holding a candle, check after him. You see ציצית או Jew, מברך. You see... מברך. The Gemara says, אמר רב יהודה, אמר רב. Says רב יהודה by the name of רב. אחא בסמוך לשקיעת החמה עסקינן. We're talking about close to שקיעת החמה. Right after שקיעת החמה. גדול, מוכח המילתא דוודאי נוכריו. If it's a גדול, it's for sure, if it's close to שקיעת החמה, and you see in מוצאי שבת a גדול with candle, it must be a goy, because a Jew wouldn't light candle בשקיעה. Right? Close to שקיעה. But תינוק, if it's a young boy, אמא אולי, זהו תלוי. It can be a Jew, Israel, who took the torch from his home and he walked with it outside. He did a mistake. But yet it belonged to a Jew. So therefore, Emar Israel, who ikri ve'ankit, maybe he's a young boy who happened to take it right after by sunset. So therefore, you should follow the boy to know if he's a Jew or a not Jew. So if you see samuch l'shkiat hachama, anyone holding candle, it must be a goy. Because a Jew doesn't hold candle with l'shkiat hachama, it's assumed, it's known, Shabbat is not in yet. But if you see a kid, depends. If it's a goy, obviously you don't use it. You have to check. That's a chiddush. You have to check. If it's a goy cannot be used as candle. And if he's a Jew, probably he took it from his parents' house, but he's still an okay ner, and therefore you should
bless it, זה נר עקום.
מה אתה אומר?
How could you bless it? It's נר עקום.
לא,
It's still not a mutar.
לא, a boy, a Jew. That's why if
But
it's a Jewish...
still, but even if it's a boy, he took it out in the public domain, no?
Like Shabbat.
But the rest is... No. The torch itself rests on Shabbat. He just took it from his house, outside.
Okay. So
What
you're
if, in the
allowed
case,
to.
what if in the case though where he's a Jew but he's not religious and he doesn't do it, you can't bless him, right?
They have the same problem.
אני לא חושב שזה אפילו מתאים, אבל כתוב לבדוק ילד, נכון? אמרנו לפני זה משהו אחר.
לא, לא זוכר את הברית שלו, אתה רק בודק כאילו, אחי, יש לו כיפה, יש לו ציצית, זה בסדר, you know? כן, אצל יגאל. תנו רבנן.
בוא ילד.
תנו רבנן. היה מהלך חוץ לכרך וראה אור. If you're going outside of the city and he saw fire. אם הווה כפי הכבשן, מברך עליו. If it's strong as the fire of the כבשן, כן, כבשן האש. מה זה כבשן האש?
A lot of fire.
Yeah, a lot of fire, you can say ברכה on it.
A furnace. That's
Furnace, yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Because it's a strong fire. ואם לאו, אינו מברך עליו. If not, it wasn't made because when you see a big flame, a big fire, it depends what it was made for. We have a rule that the ner Havdalah must be lit for the sake of fire, not for anything else. נפקא מינה, you do a barbecue,
You're not allowed.
יש אש, you cannot use it for Havdalah, because it wasn't lit for light, it was lit for
Barbecue.
cooking, barbecue. So if you see big flame, if it's there for furnace,
That's for cooking, no?
No, furnace is for light. It's they
No,
have used to
furnace
have
is
lights
only
in the
burn
city.
things.
Huh?
Yeah, furnace is like for
burning.
For
Yeah.
burning.
So maybe
It's
it's
not.
different. It's something of the city that you used to have for light. Then it's okay to say bracha on it. But if it's a smaller one, not a big one for the city, we assume maybe it's from cooking, and therefore you cannot say bracha
What if
on
it's a
it.
fire to keep warm like in a chimney? Because fire
Lot of,
does that
lot
anyway.
of, lot of.
Even though it
not
does
for-
that naturally, like a fire
It's not,
warms
it's not,
no matter
it's
what.
not
It's
for
for
light,
heating.
unless you're doing it also for
Yeah,
for
you only
light.
light it
For
for
light.
heating though. Yeah. You only light it just to get hot.
Okay.
It's its general purpose. It's not like you created it for
Yeah,
something
but
else.
Havdalah, general purpose is fire. We're using it only for Havdalah. That's the point.
תני חדה, we have not contradiction in the berachot. אור של כבשן, אין מברכים עליו. The fire of the big fire, we don't say bracha on it. ותני אידך, we said the second one, first מברכים עליו, תני אידך הם מברכים. The second one it says, second berachot it says, that the light of the כבשן, מברכים, לא מברכים עליו. So make up your mind, מברכים או לא מברכים? זאת אומרת, זה לא קשיא. בתחילה, בסוף. בתחילה, the beginning, when they're doing it, they do that answer your problem. The beginning they're doing it in order to burn the stones, to break the stones. But at the end they're doing it in order to keep it for light. So at the beginning they're doing it for.
But soft is for light.
No, at the beginning it's for burning stone, and then they leave it on
So
just
the
to have
chimney
light.
at the beginning to warm you and then after for light. I mean,
If it is, you're right. See, it's a no practical level. If people light chimney just for
But a chimney,
To
no,
warm.
'cause it's
Usually
only for
it's only
warmth.
for warmth.
It's only for
but it
warmth.
gives off light. It does give off light. It's
no, but
nice.
no. If you're doing also for the sake of light, it's
They-
okay.
So subjective, okay.
Yeah, so at the end of the
So they come out.
at the end of the kivshan,
It
people
doesn't
using it also for light. At the beginning, it's very hard to use it for light. That's why it's not no intention for light. At the end, it's nice light. People using it also for light. So chimney. If you turn off the light and you want the chimney also for light, then it's okay. But you need to want it intentionally for light.
Right.
If you just turn off the light for the bracha, then you have a problem. All those questions comes up on vacations. We had chimney on the vacation and we had no light. So,
No kid.
so they were sure what to do. So they wanted to do two flames, and it was like it was supposed to be from a week. But anyway, somebody found the
It's
tea.
technically
the
two
tea.
logs.
The tea
times
light?
2 weeks.
It's not too long. It's the chimney. The fake ones are gas. It's not too
But
long.
the real ones would let's say be okay.
Yeah, the
It's
real
two
ones.
logs.
Salami, yeah,
If
yeah,
two
yeah.
big pieces of wood, it's
Okay.
considered two.
Only if you're really doing it for light. Also, usually the chimney.
You're doing enough for Abdullah.
Yeah.
That's what you have. You have no
I have
candle.
experience in chimney after this week in Tennessee. So it's not for light. It's only for heat.
I'm saying your purpose right now, you want to do Abdullah.
If you excellent, that's a good one. If you light it for Abdallah for light, then it's
You can
okay.
do it,
Good,
you can
perfect.
use it.
Yeah, then your intention was for light. Okay.
Interesting. It's a big Abdullah candle.
yeah, the biggest one. But don't make it bigger than that.
Make a bonfire.
You don't have to do much with your fingers.
Tani Chada. Another two contradiction in ברייתו. תני חדה הוא של תנור ושל קיריים. מברכים עליו. Fire of oven and stoves. You're going to say ברכה on it. ותני יידך אין מברכים עליו. The second ברייתא said you don't say ברכה on it. זאת אומרת זה לא קשיא. בתחילה, the beginning, people do food. They light it for the sake of cooking. אין מברכים. בסוף, that you leave it also for light, you're going to say ברכה on it.
So same thing as the furnace, pretty much.
כן. תני חדה, another contradiction נטור ברייתות.
לא
או
קשה.
של בית הכנסת ושל בית המדרש, מברכים עליו.
מה?
Fire of shul, בית כנסת, where they're praying, and בית המדרש where they're learning. כונסה ברכה יונה.
נכון.
This is for life, נכון? ותני יידח, הם מברכים עליו. The second right said, you don't say ברכה עונה. What's his פשט? לגמרי says לא קשיא. עדי כאדם חשוב, עד אלי כאדם חשוב. It all depends if there is a חשוב person in the shul. Back then, when a חשוב person came, they used to light a lot of candles as in, for his honor. So if a חשוב person came, they didn't do it for light, they did it for kavod, for honor. So therefore you cannot use it.
But the kavod is to bring more light into the room for that person.
But it's not for the sake of light, for the sake to show him that you respect him.
What creates the kavod? Look at like the.
Yeah, but it's not to light anything.
You don't need to.
You don't need to use it for.
So what makes the kavod for him? Just have a lot of candles.
Yeah,
Candles,
when you
instead
add
of candles.
when you add candles that
Israeli
you don't need,
bullshit.
that's just all of kavod stuff.
מדליקים
By the way,
נר.
kavod, all of kavod act are things that people don't need.
Yeah.
If people need something, it's not kavod. You get up for your father, he needs it? No. But it's kavod. What people do for others, it's kavod. Why Moroccans get angry, they don't get, the Mishnah Berach, he didn't add 2 words on it. It's called, kavod means something addition. What necessity is not kavod. You schlep in the suitcase, somebody help you, it's not kavod, But if you don't need something, if you carry something that you don't need help, and somebody says, no, let me carry it for you, that's kavod. So when you
Why? So if you do need the help and they help you, it's not kavod.
yeah, but anything Jew is supposed to help another Jew need the help, But if he doesn't need the help and the people help you, that's kavod.
He actually needs the help when I'm.
My father works with his Gemara. I always take it from him. That's a kavod. It's not. He doesn't need it, and he likes to carry. He just doing it for me. Okay, that's answer number 1 between the shul. Answer number 2, Viba Yiseime. Abad Ike Adam Chashuv. Both cases there is still Adam Chashuv. So they're doing it for kavod. If so, why it's okay? Velo kashe Ad Ika Chazana. ועד אלייך חזנה, he told the parents if there is a chazan. Chazan was the shamash. Was the shamash of the shul, and he used to sleep in the shul. So eventually this light going to be used also for him, to be used as a light.
So if there is one
So
resident,
even they did it for kavod, they're going to keep it for him for light. So
yeah.
it was lit for both, and therefore it's okay to use it for candles. Viba Yiseime. Now the answer, Av ve'ad eike chazana. Both cases that there is a Chazan, there is a shamash. If there is a shamash, why there is one who said you're not allowed to use it? Shamash needs the fire, needs the light. Hadi kasara, adeli kasara. Depends if the Yehuda Sar is here or not. No. Sarah, it's moon. So if there is a big moon and you don't need the light for the chazan, then the light is only for kavod. Then you cannot say bracha on it. But if there is no moon and you need the light is not for kavod. Therefore, you're not going to say bracha on it. Next, תל רבנון. היו יושבים בבית המדרש, 2 people sitting in the בסמדרש, והביאו אור לפניהם. They brought fire in front of them. Now they're learning, שטייגן, הנה עכשיו שיעור. בית שמאי אומרים כל אחד ואחד מברך לעצמו. Each one שנושא ברכה בורא מורה האש to himself. ובית הלל אומרים אחד מברך לכולם. And בית הלל says, אחד מברך לכולם, משום שנאמר ברוב עם.
לכולן is different than the
For everybody. One person will say bracha for shh. אש, ברוך אתה השם לכולם, בורא מורה אש. One person will say bracha to all of them. משום שנאמר ברוב עם, הדרת מלך. That's an important pasuk for a Jew. With the majority, when you have a lot of עם, הרוב הרבה עם, a lot of nation, that's an hadar, that's a glory to the king. So the more people you have entering, the more kavod it is to Hashem. So if you can pray in a shul with small minyan or bigger minyan, and you can have same kavanah in both places, you say ברוב עם, הדרת מלך. The Gemara says, Bishlama Bet Hillel mefarshi ta'ama. Bet Hillel explained the reason why one should say bracha to everybody, because ברוב עם, הדרת מלך. אלא Bet Shammai, my time, what's the reason of Bet Shammai that they said each one should say bracha to himself? The Gemara says, kashavre mishum bitul Bet HaMidrash. Why? If one of them needs to say bracha to everybody going to stop their learning, where they're not comfortable to stop in order to answer amen. But if you walk around, each one will stop where he's able to stop, and then he's going to say the bracha of amen. So since it's called bitul besmedresh, therefore they hold that the bracha should be said by each one individually. Tanya Namiyachi, we see the same concept of bitul bet HaMidrash. של בית רבן גמליאל, והייתי בסמדרש של רבן גמליאל, לא היו אומרים מרפא, מרפא זה סלוט, לבריאות, בבית המדרש. A guy sneezes in בית המדרש, you don't say bless you. למה? מפני ביטול בית המדרש. If on a shiur somebody sneezes, you say thank you. You're stopping the shiur. So therefore, in בית מדרש, you don't say salute, bless
בית
you.
מדרש של אשכנזים.
חשבתי
אשכנזים anyway don't say, אה?
חשבתי שבית שמאי אומר שכל אחד, כי הוא גם, כאילו, he holds that to say the מאור האש, something like that.
מעורי, לא, מאור, האינצס, no, I think it's סתם, because... אין מברכים, we said in the משנה, לא על הנר, not on a candle, ולא על הבשמים של מתים. Now we're talking about בשמים. בשמים of מתים, you cannot say ברכה, and not on the candles of מתים. My time in there, what's the
מה זה
reason?
בשמים של מתים, like someone who
They
died?
they used to space in his bed, spices.
Special spices, incense.
שלא יהיה ריח רע, אה?
So who would want to do that?
They would use it during their meals, right?
No, with the body. They put, because sometimes body doesn't smell the best. So they used to put smell, perfume, or besamim mamash to create good smell around them.
But also for their meals, the Nochrim would put it for their meals too.
Yeah, that's something else.
Okay,
No,
okay,
something
okay.
else. The Gemara says, "My time ner, ner lechavod u'davida." The reason they bring in ner for a met, for a dead body, it's for kavod. By the way, this is not for goyim. This is for Jews.
Cheva Kadisha.
Chevra kadisha, if they have candles around the mitah of the body, what's that body? Even that. So if they have candles around the mitah, the bed of the dead body, it's for kavod. It's not for light. So there is no bracha to be said on it. Same thing besamim also לעבור ערך או דאביד. besamim they do in order to take out the bad smell from the body. So therefore the besamim it's not for good smell.
מדברים פה על יהודי?
יהודי בטח,
Yeah.
כן. But they put candles around. When a person died, they put candles around his
To
bed.
negate the bad
That's for
odor.
kavod, yeah, that's not for... No, and besamim, the reason they used to put besamim, today we freeze the body so it doesn't smell bad. Back then was, so they used to put besamim to take away bad smell. Okay, flash meat that you leave outside for
לא,
a
כן,
day.
לא, בסדר.
You figure out.
פריז אבל?
Huh?
לא ידעתי.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. לעבור ערך או דוד, they didn't get in order
Human freezers.
to take out
The bad odor.
the bad
Wow,
smell.
that's why it's
Oh, no,
freezing
it
in
would,
there.
Huh?
It's freezing in there.
Yeah, that's why you should go into freezers to remember, what's going to be after. It's going to be cold. אמר רבי אמר רב. This is the rule. כל שמוציאים לפניו ביום ובלילה, any items that they bring in the front of the dead body, either during the day, during the night, אין מברכים עליו. Because if they bring it out during the day, it shows it's for kavod.
Not for life.
וכל שהם מוצאים לפניו אלא בלילה, any light that they bring for him only at night, if the funeral is at night, then it's for light. Then it's not for kavod, and therefore מברכים עליו. אמר רב הונא, בשמים של בית הכיסא...
It says Bayom Vebalayla.
פבריז.
אם מוצאים לפניו ביום ולילה, אין מברכים עליו. Because if מוצאים, the same thing that you bring during the day, you bring out at night, that shows it's not for...
פבריז.
Or we just said,
Huh?
we said at night that it is for light. At night it's for
No,
light.
so if the same thing, if people always take out for him, we don't care when is the funeral, day and night, the same candle they bring it out for him, see it's for kavod, it's not for light. But if it's only the funeral at night, they take out this candle, you know it's for
Okay.
light. אמר רב הונא, בשמים של בית הכיסא, בשמים of a restroom, ושמן העשוי להעביר את הזוהמה, and oil that made to take out they used to have a special oil on their hands after the meal to take out, they used to eat with their hands, tastes better. So אין מברכים עליו, we don't say ברכה on it because it's not for smell, it's only for cleaning. The Gemara says, יוסיף אומר הפרינסיפול, בכל איכה דלאו לריח האבידה, anything that is not made for smell, for good smell, only to take out, bad smell, for different reason, לא מברכים עליי. We don't say ברכה on it. נאמר, question, מייתי ויהיה question, הנכנס לחנותו של בסם. Guy walked into the חנות of the perfume guy. Perfume maker. Perfumania. והריח ריח, and he smelled the smell of them. You pass by, you smell good. אפילו ישב שם כל היום כולו, even if